freezing. Heat glass to around 1500 degrees Celsius and it blobs into a glowing puddle. Bring plain steel to a similar heat and it just starts to soften, finally dripping at a slightly higher range. Aluminum, copper, carbon.
Heat glass to about 2500 degrees Fahrenheit and it slumps into a glowing puddle. Plain carbon steel stays solid a little longer, softening and finally dripping in the 2500 to 2900 range, so in a head-to-head test, glass gives way first. Metals all have...
At about 1220 degrees, aluminum starts to puddle. Copper waits for 1984. Carbon steel hangs on anywhere between 25 and 2900. Nickel gives in at 2646.
Stainless steel softens around 2750 degrees Fahrenheit. Titanium, 3038. Tungsten holds out all the way to a blistering 6152. Quartz melts at the same 3038. Feldspar gives in around 2000.
Minerals don't all surrender to heat at the same time. Quartz holds on the longest, finally melting into glass at a blistering 3038 degrees Fahrenheit. Feldspar softens much sooner, flowing at 2050.
Basalt. Rocks like basalt begin to soften around 1832 degrees Fahrenheit and flow like thick black syrup by the time they hit 2192. Granite holds out.
Injury. In KAMBUF, artisans borrow the language of the planet's heart. Metals, minerals, and rock are fused under choreographed heat, time, and atmosphere. Artisans borrow the language of the planet's heart. Metals, minerals, and rock are fused under choreographed heat, time, and atmosphere. Layer by layer, the forge becomes a miniature Earth.
Artisans coax the Earth's elements into union. At 12 to 2000 degrees, aluminum and copper melt with recycled glass, a luminous foundation. Higher heat draws basalt. Forge enters its low temperature zone. Aluminum and copper liquefy, spilling ribbons of brightness. Recycled glass softens, and basalt yields, its volcanic darkness slipping into. Forge enters its mid-temperature zone. Feldspar and calcite surrender first, flowing in pale ribbons. Carbon steel begins to soften, while basalt and granite edge toward fusion.
At 27 to 3100 degrees, the forge reaches its high temperature zone. Stainless steel, nickel, and titanium glow, starting to drift. When quartz beyond 3000 degrees lies the ultra-high zone. Few forges dare approach tungsten's 6152 degree melting point. In KAMBUF lore, this is the divine furnace.
Fire joins what the Earth kept apart. Reclaimed glass, aluminum, and copper melt to a luminous base. Basalt and feldspar dissolve into a metallic